What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are gonna take a look at part 5 of the Fashion Week 2023 series. Probably this one will be the last part, or maybe you guys can suggest the interesting shows that I have not reviewed so far and I will check it out. Maybe I can do part 6 as well. Anyways, for today we have 4 collections on the menu: ALYX Studio, MSGM, CASABLANCA and Diesel. The previous reviews, you can check it out right there. Alright, let's get started. First show we are gonna take a look is ALYX Studio. ALYX Studio is Matthew Williams' own brand, so as you may know, he's in charge of 2 brands, ALYX Studio and Givenchy. Anyways guys, he presented his second collection at Milan Fashion Week. This show took place at outdoor swimming pool complex on the outskirts of Milan. Probably it was a spot-on location, cause this collection included a lot of skin-bearing looks. Now this show, like any other show of Matthew Williams, had no official theme or narrative. As he often says, his shows are always about good clothing rather than narratives. Looking at the collection, we can say that overall it had an influence of functional wear and that also gravitated towards unisex wear. Other influences included minimal tailoring and futuristic streetwear. Alright, this show started with armless and raw-edged minimalist tailoring. Matthew Williams presented them in monochromatic tones, such as black and white. Shortly after, we saw similar looks that featured raw-edged zip vests. They were accessorized by goggle sunglasses, such simple yet elegant looks. Next collection highlights were oversized biker jackets. They featured embroidered ALYX logo at front. Again, Matthew Williams offered monochromatic options in black and white. In my opinion, biker jackets with elongated hem looked pretty awesome. This is something you don't see that often. In this collection, Matthew Williams showed us his expertise in armless layering. His looks featured 3 to 4 layers without sleeves. Alright guys, as you know, cargo pants are so popular, everyone is doing this currently. So Matthew Williams obviously did not miss out on them. While loose-fit cargo pants in denim and utility twill dominated the runway. Models wore them solo, without wearing any tops. Accessories of choice were long utility-inspired necklaces. Other looks included styling details such as hoodies tied over the shoulders. On the footwear side, the collection was packed with rubber mono boots and rubber slides. Those rubber slides are from the latest ALYX Studio and Nike collab. Alright, I say yes to this collection. It was not something special or revolutionary, but it was refreshing, simple, futuristic and also elegant. Second show on today's list is MSGM. Its creative director, Massimo Giorgetti, presented super positive and optimistic collection during the Milan Fashion Week. Turns out he was reading Michel Houellebecq's dystopian and rather cynical novel titled The Possibility of an Island, which made him think about the tension between the natural and the virtual, humanity and technology. As he explained, this collection was the answer, or at least an effort, to square dystopia and utopia. As he put it in his own words, we need to ignite some fantasy to pass from dystopia to utopia. So he envisioned an imaginary island filled with a chill-out paradise, positive vibes and joyful clothes. This show took place at a brand new building located in industrial area of Milan. It featured a mix of glass and concrete structures. There was also a beautiful pond surrounded by greenery. As Massimo Giorgetti explained, it seemed just perfect to represent what he wanted to say. A place suspended between water and concrete, an apparent duality that should be somehow reconciled. Overall, his collection channeled a useful and surfer aesthetic with Western vibes. Maybe we can call it Western meets surfer aesthetic or something similar. The first segment of the show brought looks with cowboy-style hats and Western boxy shirts. Because of the collection inspiration of imaginary island and all of that, the show was packed with floral prints. Massimo Giorgetti sent out looks with cropped floral shirts. They were combined with relaxed tailoring and included styling details such as pickup boxers. Giorgetti's collection nodded to a lot of popular trends, for instance stripes. He presented super interesting looks with striped tops, such as polo shirts. Another trending piece that was spotted in the collection was a tie. Well, colorful striped ties were one of the highlights of the collection. They finished the looks nicely and added positive aura. Last but not least, we should mention how good was Giorgetti's all denim looks. He sent out a few covered with exotic prints. The best denim looks, in my opinion, was the one that featured a cowboy hat and a tie. The show was closed by shirtless suits. They were covered with prints of tropical plants and exotic animals. Now, how can you dislike the collection? It was super positive and optimistic with only good vibes. As noted already, surfer aesthetic was mixed with Western style. Collection felt very modern and super wearable, also in line with a lot of rising 2023 trends. Next on the list we have a luxury house Casablanca. Sharaf Tajer, founder and creative director of the house, presented his 2023 menswear collection during Paris Fashion Week. Collection was named Futuro Optimisto. In terms of inspirations and influences, turns out Sharaf Tajer visited Mexico and wanted to reflect his recent time spent in the country via this collection. He built a psychedelic ranch with 4 real horses and assigned 2 professional cowboys to keep them calm. The arches of the venue were covered by radiantly colored panels to reflect what Tajer said was an inspiration drawn from Mexico's colonial architecture. As you guys may know, Casablanca is known for its impressive prints. However, for this collection, Sharaf Tajer made an effort to expand the brand's offering beyond its signature colorful prints. It was his first physical show in 2 years. Alright, the collection was highly influenced by Western theme, which is not surprising at all given the influences. The show was done in super colorful palette that felt like a psychedelic trip. Flared pants in this collection was done in 70s style. They featured 3 buttons just above the hem. In my opinion, they looked the best when styled with a tank top and trippy poncho. One of the highlights of the collection was undoubtedly outwear. Sharaf Tajer sent out outwear pieces in many different styles. Mostly cropped jackets dominated the runway. Embroidery on some jackets were just mind-blowing. The culmination of cropped outwear probably were bolero jackets. Yet another highlight of this collection was 70s inspired suit featuring fringe details. Sharaf Tajer presented few iterations of that look in different color palette. It was interesting to see how he accessorized those suits with a red rose, and it actually worked really good on the black suit. So guys, long story short, it was a great collection. Felt like a psychedelic ride. It was super diverse and included 63 looks. The one thing that some people got annoyed at were those horses at the show. Obviously, horses themselves did not seem to be hyped to attend the fashion week. Last but not least, let's take a look at Diesel show. Glenn Martins presented his second show at Milan Fashion Week. It took place at ALYX Cloud Arena in Milan. Glenn Martins installed massive inflatable sculptures on the set that actually broke a Guinness World Record as the world's most giant ever inflatable sculpture. It is really difficult to see what's happening up there, but it seems that sculptures are sexually intertwined. The attendees list was quite massive though. Thousands of guests attended the show. In fact, 3,000 tickets were offered to the public. This is something that normally never happens. Probably we should appreciate the effort from Diesel to break down the barriers of the traditional fashion industry. Alright, let's talk about the inspiration and influences of this collection. Turns out it goes back to the roots and DNA of the brand. We know Diesel is a brand for anyone who wants to relate whoever they are and however they feel. The same approach and the spirit was the main inspiration of the collection. They called it Diesel Democracy. The show was divided into 4 segments: denim, utility wear, pop, and extravaganza. Let's go ahead and check out each part. In the first segment, the runway was packed with distressed denim. Glenn Martin sent out super impressive denim looks with double-waisted pants. For sure, Diesel's expertise in denim was on full display. The ways denim was washed and treated were numerous and diverse. Alright, the utility wear segment started with a two-tone olive outfit with a bomber jacket and a pair of matching pants. The highlights from the segment were baggy cargo pants. They featured multiple super oversized pockets. They reminded me of the cargo pants that Glenn Martins showed in his spring-summer collection for Y Project. Alright, next section was titled as Pop. Here, Glenn Martins sent out super eye-catching looks down the runway. The best ones probably were monochromatic outfits in tangerine and orange. The show was closed by extravaganza section. It was packed with super bold outfits. Leather biker uniforms were extended with frayed add-ons on the side, creating sculptural moments on the runway. And there was a coat also. It was a Diesel's version of a fur coat. In fact, it was crafted from leftover Diesel labels. Alright, overall the collection was very well executed. It was interesting to see how Glenn Martins experimented with denim and pushed boundaries to reinvent and do unexpected that never be done. Guys, that was it for today. Maybe it turned out a bit shorter video than I thought. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review and got something out of it. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.